So we have some lovely, lovely natural hair bloggers that are here with us. We have a brand owner, the owner of Curl Collection. Yes, yes, yes. We talked about how they're doing a giveaway today. So, Nadja, am I saying that right, Nadja?
Yeah, Nadja.
Nadja from Curl Collection is here. She's alive in the flesh in the building, ready to answer your questions. And then we have Miss Evie, NaturallyEJHalo, and the founder of the Charleston Natural Hair Expo, one of the best natural hair expos out there. If you can travel to it, it's worth the trip. And, oh, Miss Natural Life fell off. Kenny. Kenny from MzNaturalLife, she'll be joining us. She's trying to get on. And then we'll also have MzTyana, who is a natural hair blogger. And also in a past life, she was a hairstylist, and she's a licensed cosmetologist, so she'll be joining.
Hey!
And she has the baby.
I know, he's crazy, right? He's all up in my space and everything. I'm like, can you get out the way?
My baby is asleep. She's knocked out. She's not about this life. She's about that Saturday in bed life. That's what she's about.
Well, he can hear y'all talking, so he keeps jumping in my lap. I'm like, please, sit down. Say hi, Bailey. Say hi. Say I need a bath.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, mine needs a bath, too. Okay, so since everybody's here, well, we'll start with you, Kenny, since you're live and your mic is turned off and all that kind of good stuff. Just
Okay.
Introduce yourself and tell us a little about you and what you do.
Okay, my name is Kanie, and I am a YouTube vlogger. On YouTube, I am MzNaturalLife, and that's Ms. spelled with a Z. And I love going to hair events. I do natural hair, a little bit of beauty. I'm trying to get more into that because people are requesting that. But I'm a people person. I don't meet a stranger. Everybody's my friend. I love to have fun and laugh. And hopefully by November, I will be launching my website /blog. So I'm really excited about that. But for now, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, all around the world at MzNaturalLife. Is that good enough, Jonna?
That's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, next let me go to Nadja. Nadja, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us more about Curl Collection.
Okay, I am Nadja. I'm the owner of Curl Collection, which started as a subscription box service for natural hair, where we would send out full-size products every other month to our subscribers. We have recently expanded, and now we are a full natural hair boutique, aka basically a natural hair beauty supply store. So we carry all the biggest brands, and you can find us online at curlcollection.com, and all of our social media handles are at Curl Collection on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Google+, the whole nine.
Awesome. Yay. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to go to Evie. Evie, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, all that kind of good stuff.
I am Abby. Hey, ladies. I throw the Charleston Natural Hair Expo here in Charleston, South Carolina, where we have a little over 1,000 attendees. We bring in bloggers such as Miss Bond, Shari J, Black Onyx, John has been there, Deanna from Naturally Creole. We just like to bring everybody here, all the large companies, Shea Moisture, Eden Body Works, Curls, Unleashed, Entwine Couture. I also have a blog and a YouTube channel, which I run. I talk about natural hair, being a mom, having a daughter with natural hair, and all that type of stuff. So glad to be on. That's it.
Jonna always eating something, right? Can I get some of your snack, please?
She's like, dang, I thought you was going to talk longer than that. My bad.
Let's go. Let's introduce Tyana. Tyana, I said I was going to get that right today.
You got it right. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, how you ladies doing?
Hey, boo.
Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
just introduce yourself
Okay, my name is Tyana.
a little bit about.
My YouTube channel is MzTyana. Everything else, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, MzTyana. I do have a blog. It's called Confidence and Curls with the K. I've been on YouTube since 2009. I kind of started for fun doing hair because I am a licensed cosmetologist, and it kind of turned into the natural hair because I started to transition and things like that. And that's pretty much it.
I was trying to sneak in some almonds. You know your girl gonna be stuck at this computer for until 5 o'clock.
I know.
I've been here since 8. So I will be munching throughout this cast. Now, for those of you ladies who joined a little test run earlier this week, we had a conversation about what you're wearing on the bottom. So I've already shown what I'm wearing on the bottom. I will get up and show it again. So I had to wear something to kind of represent. So I did wear like this pink / purplish color. So we kind of doing breast cancer and domestic violence at the same time. And then I have on my husband's old boxers that I sleep in after, you know, just not appropriate for him to wear anymore. We like to keep them fresh. You know what I'm saying? We like to keep them fresh. So when they get all worn out and stretched out, then I adopt them as my own. Boxer shorts are very comfortable. So that's what I have on. So who is willing to stand up and show the people out there on the bottom?
I'll stand up.
Not all at once.
I'll stand up. I missed this trial run, so I am not prepared, but I'm glad that I did put on something halfway decent, so I didn't embarrass myself. But, I've got my Pardon My Fro shirt.
Can you guys see her?
Yeah.
Okay, good,
Yeah, I
because
can
I don't
see
know
it.
my screen.
Okay, good. I got my Pardon My Fro shirt on. On the bottom, I'm just rocking a pair of mom jeans because it's a Saturday and I'm at home with my family. And on the low, I am still repping breast cancer with my pink socks.
Yay. Well, I didn't wear any, you know, cutesy pants. I have on jeans because I was out running errands. But I do have on pink for breast cancer. So, you know.
We'll take it.
Well, I do have on a pink shirt right here, and I have purple nails.
Oh, that's what's
Oh,
up.
those are nice.
Got the purple nails going. Abby, where's the baby? Did she dress?
She is actually at the breast cancer race. My mother-in-law.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm supposed to do that this morning, but I couldn't be here and there. So, am I on? I can't tell. My camera's all jacked up. But yeah, she's at the race this morning, breast cancer race.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
And when I leave here off the chat, I'm about to go down there. So I have on jeans, so I'm not even going to show it.
There's nothing fun going on down there.
Nothing.
Okay. Well, thank you guys all for joining in. Just to share, it's the question I usually ask when I feature people on the web on my website, and it is, what is one thing that you learned since you've been natural that you wish somebody would have told you before you started? Like, if somebody would have just told me, I would have been like, saved myself a lot of misery, a lot of pain. I would have gotten that. Like, let's start over. So let's start with Candy.
I
Uh-oh.
know. Like, there's a couple of things. I wish there's like two things for me, and I don't know if it's gonna be the same for everyone else, but I wish someone would have told me the reaction I was gonna get from like older generations, like my mom and grandmas and stuff like that. Like my dad was totally like, yes, I love it. Yes, I love your hair. But some of the older, which my mom is not old, but like, you know, some of my older family members were kind of looking at me like, really? That's what you're doing? And I really expected them to actually embrace it because they were around when this whole thing went around the first time. So that kind of caught me off guard. So that would be my one thing is like, you know, your grandma might not like it. And you might get a whole lot of comments. I mean, not that that's going to keep me from, you know, wearing my hair like this, but I didn't expect some of the nappy-headed comments from those people. And then two would be somebody should tell me about detangling, because they should have said the first thing you need to buy is some detangler, because this right here, she don't play fair. Okay, so you know, I should have been searching before shampoo, conditioner, all these other miracle products, whatever. Find yourself a good detangler and work it out, because if you don't have a good detangler along with a deep conditioner, you gonna have some hard times. And trust me, I've had some hard times. So those would be my two things off the top of my head.
All right, what about you, Tiana? That was good.
Let's see. I was relaxed. I'm 40 years old, so I was relaxed about 29 years. And I did remember being natural as a child, but I think one of the things that I wasn't prepared for was the shrinkage, because my hair shrinks like 75%. And it's like my hair now is past collarbone, but it's like it's about that short when it's wet. And I hate it so much. I hate shrinkage. So that was one of the things that I wasn't prepared for. No one told me, okay, you got to embrace your shrinkage. Because really, I have not embraced my shrinkage. So right now, I have a protective style in.
And I kind of struggle with shrinkage sometimes too. Some days I want to embrace it, and some days I'm just not here for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not. All right. What about you, Evie? Is it something that you wish you would have known that you didn't find out until later on?
I wish someone would have told me to have patience with my hair, because, like, for one, I'm a lazy person anyways. Like, let's just get that out there. So I don't like to have to prep my hair. I don't like to have to twist it every night. And the easiest thing for me daily is to throw my hair up in a puff and just, like, go. But, like, not knowing that I should have patience with my hair and, like, be able to do those things, like, that has caused a lot of breakage, a lot of, like, scalp issues and all that stuff. So if I knew that I should have had patience with my hair, then I would have done things a little differently. But, you know, we live and we learn, so that's my one thing. I wish I knew that I should have had more patience, because a lot of people see people going natural and they see, like, the good stuff. Like, a lot of you bloggers know we can take a picture and we can put it up there, make it look like our hair is the shit, or excuse me. But, you know, I mean, we having a bad hair day, or we having a bad hair month, or whatever. But, you know, you see that stuff online and you think, okay, I'm going natural. But I didn't know. You know, I went natural. I'm like, dang, I got to do stuff. Like, I got to really put effort into it. So that's my one thing. I wish I knew that I had to have patience and I had to learn my hair, learn about natural hair, learn my texture, and learn what works for me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Sometimes I still look at, and I'm like, how did she do that?
Right.
Why I can't do that? All right, Nadja, what about you?
I think for me, I wish I would have known. I wish I wouldn't have drunk the Kool-Aid, because I just had this idea that I was going to bake chop and it was going to be wash and go, and wash and go is not a wash and go. But I just knew I was going to be able to get in the shower and shake my hair and keep it moving. I didn't realize how much time, especially in the learning process, how much time it would take. And now, you know, I'm more familiar with it, so I can go through the whole process much quicker. But I just remember I was like, okay, I'm going to have me some Natural 85's hair, and I just wash and go, and then I can just hop out and bam, I'm done. Lies.
Lies. Yes.
Found out. All right. Hashtag lies.
Okay. Exactly.
Hashtag all lies.
Exactly, exactly. So it's a process, and that's what I wish someone would have, or I would have really taken the time to do the research to understand. And up front, it's not just you chop off your hair and everything is easy. You don't have to go to the salon no more. You know, it's far more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's a mental. You don't just go through a physical change with your hair. It's actually a mental process that you end up going through as well. And I really have come to appreciate that journey. So I enjoy the process, and I would want anyone to know that you have to embrace that process, because that gets you to where you're going to be or where you want to be. It's all a part of it.
Now, here's another question I want to put out there. Another, like, one of the one thing, like, there's a lot of natural hair myths out there. We've heard them. We've been asked them. What is one natural hair myth that if you could burn it at the stake forever and all time, and it may be something that's just you feel like it's just, I just don't believe in that. I don't agree with that. I'm not here for that. Like, what is one thing that you wish, that you hear, that you wish people would just stop telling? It's just all lies. And let's go back the other way. So go back to Nadja, and then we'll go back through.
The one thing that I cannot stand to hear people saying is not necessarily a myth, or maybe it is, but good hair.
Yes.
Yes.
Or even when they say, I got good hair, in a sense that means I have better hair than somebody else. I cannot stand it. I'm like, look, we all got good hair. Your hair is manageable. We just have to learn what works for you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
It's like nails on a chalkboard. I cannot stand to hear people use that good hair.
Yeah.
All right, what about you?
Maybe that greasing your scalp helps your hair grow. Like, a lot of people think that just doing that, like, will help their hair just, like, grow immaculately. And, like, a lot of people just don't understand there's more to it than that. Like, you have to literally maintain conditioning your strands, keeping your ends trimmed, like, doing the things that you need to do to protect your hair. It's not just like if I pile a bunch of petroleum jelly or whatever grease is out and hot this month, if I put that on my scalp, that's not going to make your hair grow. So that's one thing that I hear a lot.
All right, what about you, Tyana? Tyana, keep saying it wrong.
Tyana, you got it right.
I did say it right the first time.
Yeah, you got it right.
Self-doubt.
I don't really okay, we can talk about hair vitamins. I've taken every hair affinity. I've taken some of everything, and to be honest with you, my hair just grows a half an inch a month anyway. So I think you can take vitamins and it'll help the inside, but as far as your hair just growing this long, luscious hair, that's my opinion. I really don't think that hair vitamins really just give you about 10 inches in a year, in other words. But that's just my opinion. I know some people I've watched, and they say, oh, my hair grew 2 inches in a month. I have not experienced that, so a lot of times I encourage people, don't get caught up in the hair vitamins. Yes, you're supposed to take vitamins, but don't get caught up in it thinking your hair is just going to grow 3 or 4 inches in a month, because it may not grow that way. So that's one of the myths that I think that, people should just kind of,
let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
All right, Kanye, what about you?
Okay, well, my hair myth that gets on my nerves is about washing. People that feel like they never have to use shampoo again, like ever. I think that I am a fan of co-washing. Like, I think it's necessary to co-wash. I co-wash my hair, especially if I'm in a rush or I just need some good conditioning. But every now and then, you need to use some shampoo. Like, to me, in my opinion, I'm like, clean it really good. Like, clean your scalp. And even these, like, cleansing co-washes, at least get that. But people who, like, 100% co-wash, I'm like, I don't think and they say shampoo is too stripping of my hair and this and that. I'm like, there's like a lot of moisturizing shampoos, and I just really feel like if your hair, you want healthy scalp, you need to like wash it. And I'm not saying wash it every single week with shampoo, but like every now and then, give it a good clarifying wash or a good just regular wash. It just baffles me that people only use conditioner. I'm like, no, it just don't sit right with me. And I'm not a hair scientist, but I really feel like you need to shampoo every now and then, you know. And some of their like biggest hair experts say that don't over shampoo, but every now and then give it a good wash.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now let me check and see, do we have any comments? In the meantime, what somebody say yes, I agree. He agrees. She was agreeing with Nadja. I can't believe the remarks I received from my folks. She can't believe the remarks from brothers, especially considering I was going to a Southern HBCU when she went natural. And she said, I wish I would have known the science and education behind this process as well. So now that is something that a question that comes up a lot with natural women is men. Do they like natural hair? Do they not like natural hair? And I know recently I was at an event, and a lot of events that I've gone to and participated in, they have a they have like a men's panel to see, you know, what are their thoughts on natural hair. And sometimes, you know, their wife is natural, and so of course they're all for it. You know, they may just, you know, despise the fact that the natural hair products have taken over the bathroom, but besides that, they're all game. I've been to some where, you know, the men were just like, you know, it's not my thing. I just don't like it. And my question, and I tried to be nice about it, but I just had to raise my hand and ask, just because I just wanted to hear what they were going to say. So I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think? And I asked the guys, why should we care? Why should we care what you as men, why should we care? And I don't mean to say it like to be shady, but I want to know, why do we need to care? What do they think? Why do they? Because I'm sure they get asked this question all the time, and they were probably like, I don't know why I'm on this panel. And they even answer and say, you know what, really, you shouldn't really care what I in general or what men in general may think. You may want to care what your man thinks, but maybe not in general. But, you know, it's nice to know. Do you think that, and this goes for men opinion, this goes for other races opinion, or, you know, people worry about like where their work environment, their school environment, like should we really be so concerned about if people like our hair or not? Should we just rock it? What do you guys think? And whoever want to chime in.
I don't necessarily think you should care. I mean, I think there's levels to it. Like for work, I was concerned at first, like how they were going to take it at work and if it was going to be an issue. However, I read my handbook, because I do that, and there was no rules about how you can wear your hair for work. So I knew they can't fire me or anything regarding that, but I wanted to, you know, take all the precautions to make sure that I'm not putting myself in a position to be, you know, in any kind of trouble. Ultimately, I'm married. I've been married for 10 years. Ultimately, I don't really care what any other man, minus my daddy, thinks about me or my hair, but it did concern me what my husband would think about it. But he had locks first before I ever went natural, but I still was concerned, like, are you still going to find me attractive? Because of all the people in the world, he needs to like what I look like. But ultimately, like, if he said, I don't really like it, this, that, and the third, I would have said, well, when you got ready to do your locks, I really wasn't a fan. I was really like, I don't know about this, you know, and I would have to just say, please give me the space to explore myself. you know, and you don't have to like it right now, but can you work with me? And we would have had to come to some kind of terms together that he can let me explore myself, you know, because I don't think it's fair that women box themselves in based off what their man or other people think. But I do think that there's a way that you go about it. I don't think you just be like, well, whatever, I don't care what you think, and just go chop your hair off. You know, that's not fair. Now when you're in a relationship, now when you're in a marriage, you have to do some give and take. But I don't think it's fair for you to not be able to do what you want to do because he might not like it or he doesn't like it at all. I think he needs to give some as well. But it may take a little while, you know. My husband was all for it, you know, but I know everybody doesn't have that story. I would definitely say I don't care about none of the rest of the world, honestly. But I did care about what my husband thought, you know. So, you know, generally, no, I don't think you should care what people think about your hair. But you should use wisdom in however you're going to go about the change. Is all I'm saying.
I'm on the other side. I'm gonna be honest with you. I told my guy, I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about cutting my hair, and you know, I was toying around with the idea, and then I made an appointment and went when he was at work, and he came back and the hair was gone. Because that's just what I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And at that moment, it was about me wanting to do it more and wanting to accept it for myself more than anybody else. I did care about his response to it. And there were times, and he'll be honest, he was like, I don't like that grow out phase, or I don't like, you know, whatever, or I don't like when you wear your hair like this versus I do like when you wear your hair like this. So I listen. I mean, I listen to his opinion. It don't stop me from wearing those styles that he may not like.
That's right. You right. Real. That's right.
I take that into consideration. And to be honest with you, he knew the type of person I am. He could be like, I don't like that outfit. Okay. Well, today you're going to have to live with it, and tomorrow I'll have on a different outfit. So I'm just, you know, I feel like it's about knowing who you're with. And if you're a very submissive person, then that's your personality, then that may hold more weight. If you're just very strong-minded and you just, you know, you don't care, then, you know, you do what you do. And ideally, you want whoever's going to be with you to love you and be with you for who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is very, very important. And see, like me and my husband, we're more like a team. It's not one makes, you know, one outweighs the other, but we like make decisions together. Mm-hmm. And I was afraid myself about how I was going to respond to my own self, you know, because I'm a quick person to make a decision and then just be like, oh, no, I shouldn't have done that, you know. So he kind of helped me process, like the process you were talking about earlier. He was very instrumental in helping me through that mental process of the whole change and everything. So I definitely agree with you about, you know, knowing who you're with and knowing your own personality and doing what's best for you. Ultimately, you need to do what's best for you, you know.
And support is important, no matter what you do. If they don't like it, if they don't whatever, because no one's going to like everything that you do 100% of the time. But being able to have someone that can support you and even say, honestly, I think, because he'll tell you that outfit, that trend, that style, that whatever, it doesn't work with your body shape. It doesn't work with your hair. You know, I don't think it works with you versus this. This complements you more. So sometimes, you know, I don't go shopping and do major stuff. I'd be like, okay, I need your feedback. Yeah. So as important as it is as a team, it's also important to just be able to do you and have the space to do that at the same time.
Well, I want to chime in. The guy that I'm actually dating, me and him been off and on for a while. So he remember when my hair was relaxed and I had a bob. He never really liked weave. So by the time I went natural, I cut my hair off to about, it wasn't even 1/4 of an inch. So we wasn't dating. So when we decided to start dating again, my hair was pretty in between. So when we would go out, I would just kind of twist my hair out and pin it up, and he loved my hair. So he made a comment the other day. He said, I love your hair when it's down. So I automatically began to think, oh, you want me relaxed? And I said, I'm not relaxing again. He said no. So he sent the old picture of me when I actually did a crochet braid with the Marley hair, and it was kind of down. So it let me know he want length. And I think that does have a lot to do with the men, they like hair. Yeah. So if you got the length, they'll embrace the natural hair more. But if it's short, sometimes they're like, you know, that's too short. Mm-hmm. So that just let me know, okay, he wants length, which my hair is growing. But, you know, he probably, at the time when I first big chop, he probably would have been like, you need to get some weave.
I think
but
that's true.
Yeah.
And I think was more so concerned about the fact that I was cutting all my hair off than
Yeah.
anything. He, you
Yeah,
know,
especially did he meet you with your hair long?
yeah, it was very long.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It was broad strap, length straight.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
he like that, and you know, I tell women sometimes, you know, you can't be mad at the men because we taught them that what beauty is. We as women teach them. So if we have growing up, think of the things that we were told. I know things that were said around me. My mother never told me I had bad hair, but she definitely pointed out people that had good hair.
Good hair.
Good
Yeah.
Well, that's funny because my mom always said we had good hair because we had hair. Like, I remember getting off the school bus crying because these little girls, I don't know if y'all remember,
what my mom would say though.
yeah, like in the 90s or whatever, they used to put their hair up and they were like, their hair was short and they were like fan it out in this little fan.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I did that.
right? So I tried it, but my hair wouldn't fan. It would just curl like kind of like this. When I was younger, my ponytails actually reached my shoulders when I put my hair on the top of my head. And I came home crying, and my mom was like, "Girl, they're upset with you because you have hair." She's like, "You got good hair because you have hair." Like, it was a thing when I was growing up to have hair. And if you had long hair, you were somebody, you know, was like, whoa, you know. So
well, that's the thing. I didn't have long hair as a kid
mm-hmm.
because my mama didn't know what she was doing.
Oh, my mom was.
So I think that a lot of stuff that they did to your hair, you know, hot comb straightening with straight up grease or whatever, the blue, you know what I'm talking about.
Blue magic. Blue magic.
Yes, honey. Pressing cream and all that, and they were just burning your hair literally right off. And so my hair has always been thick, and so the thought was your hair is thick, so we got to do extra. You got to turn the heat up. We got to do more. And so we were doing more to it, and my hair was always short. So I honestly always thought I was just gonna be that person that just whose hair didn't grow until my mama stopped doing my hair, and I started doing my own hair as a teenager, and then my hair started growing like a weed. Then I realized it was my mama.
Well, we have
my mom is not ashamed to say that it's her fault, and it's funny because she's natural now, and she'll be the first one to say, like, we just in those days, the 70s and 80s, like, we just did not know. We didn't know what else to do. And you didn't wear your hair in a fro, you straightened it. We didn't know what else to do, and she's like,
stories because I've never had my hair pressed or hot combed.
Girl.
Now, my grandmother would hot comb her hair, but my grandmother was mostly Indian, like for real, like she was Lumbee Indian. I know all of them say that, but really, she pressed her hair. But I never had my hair pressed. I only watched hers. And my mom put a relaxer in my hair when I was young because she couldn't handle the tangles. So the tangling has always been an issue. But I had long hair until I started doing my own hair. Then I burned it off with the curling irons. So as long as she was doing it, it was fly, honey. You could flip it and everything. But when I started messing with it, it was all she wrote. Like, it was over.
You know, one thing I want to say, I have on my personal Facebook page, I have a picture of me when I was about 5 years old, and my fro was like out the hair. And back in those days, you maybe got your hair washed once a month. You use grease, and my hair would grow. But I think a lot of times we didn't have a lot of the processed foods. Now we have processed foods, and what's going on the inside of us is not hair to grow because we're eating the wrong thing. So back in those days, no, we didn't have shea butters and we didn't have all this other stuff. But for me, I can speak for me, my hair still grew a lot. I had a lot of long, thick hair, and I'm going back to the fact that the foods we had, McDonald's, and we didn't have White House and Crystals and Burger King, and if you did eat that stuff, it was maybe once out of a year. So
that way too.
Yeah, so I think that really
I'm
has.
not even, I'm younger, but my mom, she didn't believe in that. We didn't eat McDonald's and fast food. It was a big deal to go to a fast food joint. Like, you thought you were like living the life.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know.
At all stages, because even relaxed, my hair was, I dare I say it because it's that controversy, it was what was healthy as it could be in the relaxed state. I'll
Yeah.
say that. And even when I pressed it, it was still, as healthy as it could be. It was really, I think, about learning how to maintain your hair in whatever that state is and trying to make sure that you keep healthy hair.
Right.
So I remember them when you talk about the girls with the short ponytails and the fans and stuff.
Yeah.
It was like gelled up and sticking
Yes.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
ain't it. That's not it. It's gonna break your hair off. And I was actually the kid that had the long hair. So well, you say you had good hair. Your mom told you had good hair because it was long. I used to get ridiculed and made fun of and everything because my hair was long.
Yeah, me too. They pulled my hair, my ponytails on the bus. They tried to fight you after school. They were so angry. And then to top it off, my mother made us speak correctly. So even now as an adult, I still get in trouble for being hunty, whatever. She's like, no. So it's like, and you think you white because you speak correctly and you got long hair. So all that bullying, yes, it was bad. It was not a fun time.
I myself didn't experience the bullying, but I did with my family. Like my cousins, they all had short hair, and I think it was me and one of my other cousins always had this long, thick hair. So that's where they like to bully us, and they was jealous and want to pull our hair. I know one time my cousin tried to cut my hair while I was asleep, and I woke up just in time when she had the scissors trying to cut my hair. So I experienced that with family.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, see, but my family has hair. My mom's hair is still like armpit length. She's been relaxed my whole life, like, except from when she was natural when she was a teenager. But her hair still grows down to her armpits, and she just trims it. I'm sure if she grows it, my aunts, everybody, all of my cousins, we all have hair. My family is a hairy family. Like, hair is not an issue for us.
Okay, I wanted to ask Abby, because I don't know everyone who has kids, but I know I get a lot of questions about children hair care. I don't have any kids, but like the only direction I know to give people working with Eden Body Works is some of the products contain essential oils, and they tell us not to recommend those products for kids under the age of 12, I think, products that have essential oils, because I guess they cause, certain essential oils can, mess with your health and all that type of good stuff. But like, and anybody else who has kids that want to chime in, feel free. But I want to pitch it out to Evie. Like, tell us a little bit about how you pick products for your daughter. What kind of you use on her? What's your regimen for her?
From the time she was pretty young, I didn't really use a whole lot of anything on her hair. At first, all the kids kind of get this little cradle cap where they got the dry scalp and they got all the flakies going on. So for that, I just used some, not coconut oil, argan oil. I used some argan oil on her hair for that. And from that point until now, the first actual product that I used on her hair was Miss Jessie's Baby Buttercream. And I personally stopped using Miss Jessie's a long time ago. Like, their products work for my hair, and I'm not the type of person that like gets into, I'm not putting this in my hair, that. Like, if it works, it works, I kind of deal with whatever afterwards. But they're just so expensive, so I didn't want to really spend the money once my hair started growing on expensive products like that. So for her, the Baby Buttercream works great. I've been using that on her. And when I ran out of the Baby Buttercream, I didn't want to pay $32 for a small jar. I went and I got the Shea Moisture Curling Buttercream, and that works great just as well. So those two products are the only two products that I use on Aubrey's hair. I'll spritz her hair with water, and then I'll apply the product. And I mean, also, like with any other product, it depends on your hair type. She has the hair type that is similar to mine, but hers is, I guess her hair is better than mine, if you want to talk about good hair, because anything works on her hair. It'll curl up. She doesn't have the hair texture that I have, and it may have to do with her being a baby still. So yeah, Miss Jessie's and Shea Moisture, those are the only two that I use on her, plus water.
How old is your daughter?
She's 1. She'll be 2 in March, so she's like 18, 19 months.
Okay.
Because I know that was a question in the beginning. I was like, when does their real hair texture come in? Because when they're born, that thing is like slick, all Sammy Davis Jr. like.
Currently.
Like my baby got good hair, but then like around 5, 6, 7 months, it really kicks in. Their true hair texture kicks in. So.
Mm-hmm.
A 3-year-old, and I had gone through try a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I don't want to try too many things. For me, what's big is that I stay away from things that have like the sulfates and the parabens and anything like that, any harmful, really harsh ingredients. And then I've tried different creams and things, and what I found is my shea butter mix works best for her hair. She has 4C hair, so it's coarse, and it's difficult. It was difficult initially because I had to actually learn how to do her texture hair because it responds very different than what I'm accustomed to. Mm-hmm. But in doing so, I've learned that the shea butter mix that I make really detangles and glides on and moisturizes almost better than anything that I can buy.
Mm-hmm.
And shea moisture too.
Yeah, shea moisture.
Do you have a curl collection box that is just for kids?
We had a box that was just for kids, but since our boxes only have products that are sulfate-free, paraben-free, what we were finding was a lot of the people that were using the products on themselves were also using the products for their kids because most of them were healthy. I mean, not most of them, all of them were healthy as well. So we decided not to continue the shea butter, not the shea butter, the kids curl collection box.
I have a question concerning children. Because of the products they making now, a lot of them they're natural and organic. Can you still use them on kids that's like 8 months, 9 months, maybe a year old, or you want to get something like the Shea Moisture has the baby line? So would you want to actually get something that's for babies, or is it safe for them to use it as long as it's all natural?
I think it depends on the product.
Okay.
Like the Shea Moisture that I like their cleansers, and I use the baby cleanser for her. They have one that's dye-free, fragrance-free for people with sensitive skin, so it's in the white bottle, and I like that one for her as far as being a cleanser. But I also like a lot of the organic products. And I think that in using anything, you really need to look at the ingredients and make sure that your child doesn't have a reaction to anything in there. Because, like Anna was saying, some of those organic ingredients or essential oils can cause reaction and health issues.
Okay.
I think a lot of, I don't know specifically for Shea Moisture, but I know like with African Pride and Beautiful Textures, like a lot of those lines that have products, they're the same exact product, but just put in a different bottle. So I can't say the same for Shea Moisture because I don't know. But, like she said, it does depend on the product that you're using. But a lot of times, even though they have different labels on them, they're the same exact thing. So it just depends on the child, the person that's using the product and all that other stuff. And I see Janelle is ready to jump in. She like, yeah.
So Janelle's like jumping in there early, and we love it. We don't care.
Got that insight though.
Yeah, no, I heard you guys talking about babies, and I was like, oh my God, I got an answer. And like initially, the thing for me, when it comes to like baby products, you should probably remember like the people who make products prior to like. Are you guys hearing me good?
Yes.
Okay. Johnson & Johnson and all those products, those are not natural. Right. And if you look at the ingredients, you'll see that they have lots of preservatives and lots of ingredients that many people who are not as ingredient conscious as us ladies are, they have a lot of those ingredients in there, and they were safe to use for our babies. And I think what you want to do is you want to just
take into consideration your child's skin. You can do patch tests really easy. You buy the product, you rub it on, and you just see how they respond to it. And you can also be your child's product tester, which is what I do. Everything that I put on my daughter or my son, I use it on myself first to see if I have any reaction, and then I'll try it on them. So that would be my advice. But if a product is good for your hair, honestly, you can also feel very comfortable using it on your baby's hair, especially if you're ingredient conscious like we are. So you should be fine.
Okay.
Now, did you have your baby, did you start using products before your baby got allergy tested, or did they get out, did Elle get allergy tested first?
Oh, actually, no, she wasn't formally allergy tested. I would just do it myself to see if there would be an adverse reaction. So I would, instead of like taking the lotion or the body butter or whatever and putting it all over her, I would just put it on a normal part of her body, like on her arm or on her thigh. And I would just check the next day to see if there was anything like a rash or any type of like scaliness or redness or anything that would show that her body was responding negatively to it.
Okay.
And then
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, and then if there usually there wasn't, because her skin is not very sensitive. But if there had been something, then I would have most likely returned it and be like, y'all take this back. It got my baby skin all jacked up.
Well, I asked that because I have very sensitive skin. I don't have any children yet, but prayerfully soon. And I just wondered that with my nieces and nephews, you know, they did like little small tests on them to make sure, like you said, but some of them got allergy tested first, so they knew what things not to use or whatever on them if they were allergic to anything. So I just didn't know how, you know, most moms did that.
Well, ladies, it is 1 o'clock.
Oh.
It's time to say goodbye. See, I told you guys, like, the hour will fly by.
Yeah.
It will fly by. So there weren't a lot of questions, but there were a lot of comments that everybody really enjoyed the information. They were, like, high-fiving you guys for everything that you guys shared. So thank you guys so much. Janelle actually is going to stay on because her segment is next. She's going to be talking about how being happy is your choice. So feel free to ask more questions, log on, but you guys are like free to go. I know Eddie's got somewhere to go.